Welcome to Devotions from Israel, a 5-minute word of encouragement. Today, our devotion comes from 1 Samuel 17. How many of you are facing a battle in life right now? I suspect that some of you are. It may be a physical battle with cancer or COVID or any other illness that's invading your body. Perhaps it's a relational one, or perhaps it's financial in nature, or even a spiritual battle. Well, the hero of this story is a guy named David who's living in the hill country of Judah. And this whole confrontation between the Philistines and the Israelites, as presented in the story of 1 Samuel 17, is one about territory. You see, just a couple chapters before this, the Philistines were driven out of this area called the Central Benjamin Plateau, just to the north of Jerusalem. A guy named Jonathan, actually Saul's son, was instrumental in bringing victory to the Israelites. And yet one more time, the Philistines, as they retreated back to the coastal plain and to the western Shephelah, or the lowlands of Judah, they were wanting to again advance into the hill country through yet another valley of the Shephelah called the Elah Valley. And the text clearly says that for days the Philistines camped on one hill with a very small or narrow valley between them and Saul's Israelite army. But here comes David as the hero of the story. He comes as a shepherd boy in Bethlehem, which is about 5 miles south of Jerusalem today. He's essentially bringing a care package for his brothers who are on the front line along with the Israelite army. And day after day, Goliath, this Philistine giant, taunts them and really intimidates these Israelites. But here comes David to the rescue. In fact, he has a sling in his hand, and he chooses 5 smooth stones from the brook. And Saul, seeing David, says, "You can't simply go and fight this Philistine giant named Goliath like this. At least use this armory." Of course, David looks at it, tries it on, and it really doesn't fit him. And David simply says, "No, I can't go in these. I will simply go in the strength and the encouragement that God gives me." In fact, it's almost comical that Saul says, "All right, well then the Lord be with you," as if Saul is not too confident in David's role in serving as the hero, eventually, as we will see. But as David takes his position against Goliath, this is what now David says to Goliath. Picture this: small David against an 8-foot Philistine giant. And David says this: "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I'll strike you down and cut off your head. This very day I will give the carcasses of the Philistine army to the birds and the wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. All those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord serves or saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." And that's exactly what God does on behalf of David and, of course, the Israelite army. David kills Goliath, and the Israelites pursue them all the way to the gates of Ekron and Gath, 2 of the 5 primary cities of the Philistines. You see, the battle was won with confidence and trust in God. That's an encouraging word to us who are facing battles even today. So whatever battle you are facing, I pray that you will face it with the trust and the confidence that David exhibited here in the Elah Valley against Goliath, the Philistine giant. Be encouraged today. Trust in God. Until next time, be encouraged in the Lord. Shalom.